Have you ever been so petty at work that you printed out the labor law of your state and posted it everywhere? Understaffing was a constant issue within retail. And there were many times that I was left not being able to actually clock out for a lunch break. Usually that was out of absolute necessity in retail management. So there was one day where I noticed that I didn't have a clocked out lunch. There was not enough overlap for me to have that. And I said, hey, you need to put a manager in this position so that I can have a clocked out lunch. And she said, sorry, you can't. There isn't enough in the labor budget for me to be able to put somebody there. And I said, unfortunately, you're gonna have to, because it is Minnesota state labor law that if you work more than 8 hours, you get a clocked out 30-minute lunch. No ifs, ands, or buts about it. I'm working 9 hours, so I need a 30-minute clocked out lunch. And she said, you're just gonna have to take a working lunch. And I said, no. I was closing that day. She left. So what do? I get on the manager computer. I go to the Minnesota State labor law website and I print out specifically the statute where it talks about protected lunches. And I don't just print out one. No. She was opening the next morning. She was gonna be the one seeing this. So I printed out a total of 5. I put one on the monitor of the computer, on the keyboard of the computer, on the clock-in machine, on the outside door of the manager's office, and the inside door of the manager's office. Yeah, I was that petty. So that day comes. Here I am, not sure. She hasn't said anything. The store manager never said anything. So I'm thinking they're gonna break the law, and I'm ready to contact a lawyer because I was that petty at this point in my life in retail management because I was so done with it. This was shortly before I left. So she comes stomping into the store, stomping over to me. Mind you, she had to commute an hour for this 30-minute lunch. And she goes, go take your lunch. So I just smiled and said, okay. Fun fact, I had already eaten actually, so I just went for a walk. So this statute does come up in Price Check on Love. So if you want to see how that is factored into my book, pre-order Price Check on Love, available November 18.